in that character building. I'm very happy that you have organized this conference or a mock UN session. Respected Mr. Chopra, Mr. Arun Dhand, Anil Sharma ji, Brigadier Dhillon, Mr. Tasliz Ahmad, faculty members, delegates and students, especially those who have come from foreign countries. It's very nice that you are deliberating on a subject, on an institution, I would say, which has got global significance. But when you are deliberating and discussing and participating in the UN session, even though it's a mock session, please do not imitate what is happening in Parliament. I expected a better laugh from you all. A very subdued laugh you have given. There is no problem which cannot be sorted out by discussions. There are no issues, whether they are global, they are territorial, they are economic, which cannot be resolved through dialogue, through reason. And people, when they have a very weak case, they start shouting, howling and misbehaving. We are proud of our democracy, and in fact, Gandhiji showed he was a lighthouse, and what we achieved was by civil disobedience. He built a character of this nation, everybody participated in that movement, and we got independence. People taught us about our rights, but I think we lacked leaders who could inculcate that culture amongst us of duties. See, if we do not understand what our duties are, what our obligations are, and we only talk of our rights, then we reach nowhere. I had the privilege of addressing the United Nations General Assembly, and I hope that one of you one day will also reach there and represent the nation. That should be your aim and object. And I always remember not only for the days which I spent there, but also of the lovely coffee I used to have with the Brazilian delegates. In fact, she used to only teach me about how many varieties of coffee there are. And there's a very friendly atmosphere. Delegates from all over the country come, United Nations. You all must have gone through the papers and understood what it is exactly. It was the President Roosevelt who found that the League of Nations was not heading anywhere. And he came with this concept of United Nations. The charter was drawn, starting from 51 members. There are now 193 members. And the primary objective is to maintain peace, ensure security and spread brotherhood, look for betterment of the economic conditions of the people globally, their health, their education. UNESCO, UNICEF, all these organizations are playing a very vital role. The General Assembly, when there are important matters, they have to have a resolution passed by 2/3 majority, which I'm sorry to say, we cannot pass it in this Parliament. 2/3 is a very dream figure which I don't think any government will ever achieve. But in United Nations, in General Assembly, you have to have a 2/3 majority for passing important decisions. And for other matters, it is only by simple majority. It goes to the Security Council. 15 members of the Security Council, their decisions are binding. The resolutions of the General Assembly are not binding, they are recommendatory. But the resolutions of the Security Council are binding. And when the history of Security Council or the United Nations General Assembly will be written, and a very impartial study will be made, the attack of US on Iraq is something which is a dark chapter, because it was not authorized by the United Nations General Assembly. So the powerful five, as you know, they have a right to veto, and they do, I would say, control the functioning of the United Nations to quite some extent, especially the United States of America. But there are issues, global warming. I must say that they have played a very historic and a dynamic role in global warming. There were conventions in Brazil. It's very necessary because we are from the Himalayas and we do protect the environment, as you all know. But then our economy is not taken care of by the central government or by the agencies of the United Nations. We have been pressing one of the subjects of the United in the speech in the General Assembly was that these underdeveloped countries whom you expect to preserve the environment, the developed countries should come forward to assess them so that their economic viability is not jeopardized. Our state has 73% forest area, forest cover, and we have to ensure that the forest cover is increasing. In fact, in the last 5 years, the forest cover has increased by 4%. We have got so many sanctuaries for wildlife. So these are the issues which the United Nations General Assembly is right now addressing. The other especially is with regard to chaos in some countries, peace, maintenance of peace is also one of the aspects. They have a peacekeeping force. In a number of countries, the peacekeeping force is playing its role and trying to control anarchy and revolutions and attempts to overthrow elected governments. Then I think the International Court of Justice, which is another essential feature of the United Nations. It is at Hague. I have visited that place also. And you'll be proud to know that 2 of our judges were members of the International Court of Justice. First was Justice R.S. Pathak and now it is Dalbir Bhandari. So 2 of our very eminent jurists, judges have made it as judges of the International Court of Justice at Hague. So again, I wish that one of you one day becomes a judge and reaches the International Court of Justice at Hague. When you are discussing, you will have to be very practical. You must know what the problem is. There are solutions to every problem, but within a framework. And our rules, our regulations are controlled, our life is controlled by a constitution, by rules, by laws. And to come up and say that I don't believe in all these rules and laws and constitution, there are people you know, you must be reading the newspapers every day. I'm not commenting on any individual. But you cannot think that you're the wisest and whatever you do is right. Anarchy is no solution. Anarchy is no solution to any problem. You have your agenda, I have my agenda. The best thing is to understand the Constitution. The Constitution is a flexible Constitution. We have amended it more than 100 times. So it is not that it is a rigid Constitution. So it is a flexible Constitution. It changes, adopts to the need of the hour, and that is the highlight of our democracy. We should be proud of our democracy and should not run down any institution. The fashion these days is to run down institutions, run down people without understanding the core issue, without understanding the alternate proposal which you have. You just getting rigid, people are getting rigid, and to the students I will say there is no cut short, there is no easy way in life. And you are blessed by your parents and God that you have got an admission in such a premier institute. And these are the days when you have to develop your personality and to grow. And the hard work which you put in right now, you don't know to what extent you can go, because in our system you can make it to every position which is there, whether it is on the administrative services side, whether it is on the bureaucracy side, or whether it is on the political side. So this country can offers the highest post to a talented and to a deserving person, and I'll be very happy that you all make it, be successful in life. But for that you have to follow some ideals, you have to have some benchmarks, and you must believe in yourself. And you must believe in yourself, and certainly these are the years when you grow into a personality, you develop into an individual, and you respect. If you want to be respected, start respecting others. That is the essence of life. If you don't respect others, they will not respect you. And I'm sorry that twice I was fixed whether I should attend this program or not, because I have a party convention at 11. So firstly I said yes, then I said no. Then ultimately Chopra Sahab gave me the Gayatri month. And he said, if you have said yes once, you cannot say no. So I immediately accepted, and I am here with you, and I wish you all the best. I would have certainly liked to stay with you, spend some time, and listen to what the students are saying and arguing. But as I told you, and what my message to you is that be reasonable in life, be open in life, and be always willing to follow the path which you feel is correct, and which others should also feel that it is correct. It's not that you feel what you are doing is right. If others feel that what you are doing is not right, then you must reason it out and be always flexible in life. That's my message to you. I have been in politics, I was a lawyer, I was a judge, so I have seen life from many shades, and all that I can tell you is that politeness is the biggest virtue. If you are polite, if you are humble, then certainly people will also respect you. And if you are knowledgeable, you will become polite or humble. If you are not knowledgeable, you will be always an agitationist. So don't follow the path of agitation. Follow the path of reason and development. Contribute to the growth of the nation, of the country, and build up a good society where there is brotherhood, where there is fraternity, and love and affection for each other. With these words, I once again convey to you my good wishes, my blessings to all the students, and there will be another day when I will be with you. And I would also like to learn something, because the generation which is coming up is very fast. My 2.5-year grandson was playing with my mobile, and I switched it off. And he's not even 2 years, he's less than 2 years. I switched off my mobile. And I thought he would not be able to open it now. And to my surprise, he took it and he opened it, and not only opened it, I don't know what he started playing on it. So a boy who is less than 2 years. So times are changing. This electronic media, the print media, the television, we didn't have all this when we were students, but knowledge is flowing from all quarters. But open the windows to the right knowledge. Use the systems for your development, use the systems for your knowledge, for your learning. Don't use the systems to go astray in life. Thank you very much. Once again, I bless you all. Convey my good wishes to you. And certainly, I will go through the proceedings. I think it will be recorded somewhere. And then I will also give you a prize, according to me, who was the best in the show today. Thank you very much.
I request our chief guest. So could you please come to the dais for a moment? Also Chancellor Sir and Brigadier Dr. Ramesh Sharma.